All right, everyone, looks like we are live. Welcome back to day 56 of Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 million. Today, we're gonna make continued progress on ViewCreator. I actually had a call this morning with somebody that's a part of our community. His name's Dan, and I was taking some time this morning, and he was showing me some feedback, essentially, of some extra tips in Cursor. So I'm going to show you guys essentially what we were talking about, but pretty cool to be able to talk to somebody from the BridgeMind community in Discord server. So let me do a couple things on my end, then we'll get started with the stream, but I've got a couple cool things to show you guys I learned from Dan. So give me 1 second, guys. We'll get this going here just in a second. Also, on Twitch and X and Kick, there's now going to be essentially day 55 is going to be missing because, as you guys know, there was a major AWS outage yesterday, and essentially what happened is Restream, which is the streaming software that I use, was down. So I actually was unable to stream on those platforms yesterday, but that just means that there's going to be a missing day from those platforms, but it's over on YouTube, day 55. Let me do a couple more things on my end, and then we'll get the stream started, guys. But yeah, great start to the morning. Hope everyone is doing well this morning. It's going to be a great day to grind. I've been up since earlier this morning, and I'm ready to make the most of today, guys. Let's get it. So I have a couple Droid agents launched because I want to try using Droid again. As you guys know, I essentially, have hit my cursor limits. I've been doing this thing where I turn on max mode for every request, so I hit that pretty quick on the Ultra plan there. But we'll see. So one thing that I want to show you, I'm going to let everybody kind of filter in here, and then I'm going to show you something that Dan taught me this morning. Dan in chat, I don't know, he'll probably show up today, but I want to show you guys something really cool that he was showing me I think is going to help everybody in stream. So Dristo said, do you pay for the Droid subscription? Which one do you have? Right now I'm actually just trialing it. So Albert, yeah, we're above 1K. We're ready to go parabolic here soon. Volt, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome, everyone. So, we're going to be using Droid this morning. Nice thing about Droid is you're able to choose between different models. You have GPT-5 Codex, Claude 4.5 Sonnet, GPT-5 Opus, Haiku 4.5, and Droid Core GLM 4.6. So, pretty interesting here. We're going to use GLM 4.6 this morning and see how far we can get. But all right, let's just kind of get started, guys. Open up Cursor here. Let's get the terminal opened up. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but this morning I made the first YouTube video. I guess not the first, but one of on the ViewCreator YouTube channel. I actually made my first video, and I posted it today. And it's only got 8 views because it's basically a new YouTube channel. But I made this morning, and essentially goes over using some of our tools. And my plan is hey, we're gonna have to start marketing organically. And this here, I made the video. This free tool helps you get more views on YouTube. Pretty simple video. Channel only has 8 subscribers right now because it just got started. But I mean, guys, the key to succeeding on these platforms is just consistency. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep being consistent, just like we've been consistent with BridgeMind. We're gonna be consistent with ViewCreator, and all I'm gonna do with ViewCreator is, I'm not kidding, guys. I don't know if you had the opportunity. It only has 8 views. So probably not a lot of you did, but essentially what I did with this, all I had to do was go through the video that was created this morning. Like literally in this video, I walk through creating the video that I released on BridgeMind this morning, and I used ViewCreator to do it. So it was just kind of cool to actually use the tool that we've built for the true purpose that it was built for, and then to make a YouTube video on it and post that over on ViewCreator. So hopefully as time goes on, we can continue to rack up essentially some how-to videos over on ViewCreator, and we'll see how it goes. But that's obviously an organic marketing channel that we'll be able to use. So let's now go here. There was an error that I noticed during this video. Tony said, I will DM you a cheap screen studio alternative if you want to create those famous Mac OS demo videos you always see. They look fancy and professional. Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely DM me, Tony. But yeah, so something I want to show you guys now that, we're 5 minutes into the stream. I wanted to show everybody this because this morning I spent time with Tony. He's a member of the community, and basically he showed me a really cool trick on Cursor that I didn't know, and I want to show it to you guys. So essentially what you're able to do is if you guys do the / it gives you these commands. So I don't know if you guys knew about this, but in these commands, it essentially is it drops it in the .cursor. There's a subdirectory called commands, and if you do / you can see that there's some like pre-built commands essentially. But then also, it's very important. For example, you can go down here and click create command, and what that does is you can then write a command name, like for example, fix lint errors. So we can do this, fix lint errors, and then what you'll see is this now created a MD file called fix lint errors, and then you can kind of just write a pre-built command. So I'm going to say run npm run lint and fix any lint errors or warnings. So you can essentially run pre-built prompts. So now using that / I can then just go to fix lint errors, and then I can just whatever repo I want to fix the lint errors in, and just send it off there, and it'll fix the lint errors using that MD file. So again, shout out to Dan in chat, because he was the one that essentially taught me this morning. We had a conversation, and he was super resourceful guy. It's very interesting to see, just from my perspective, obviously I've only been doing this for about a little bit over 2 months now, and, to see the community that we've built, and to know that there's some pretty smart people in the community that are doing, on the same mission and working hard and making the most AI tools is just pretty cool, to be honest. So shout out to Dan. I don't know if he's here yet, but yeah, really cool. So if you guys didn't know that, you can do that. So Aperium said, check my channel, go to my channel and check recent short views. I posted it a while and it's kicking up. In YouTube Studio, it's already showing 1.8K views. Aperium, drop your channel, I'll check it out. Logic X Plays, how's it going? Welcome back. Kevin Newman for life, how's it going? Let's go. Yeah, we broke 4 figures, guys. So, the revenue isn't where I want it to be. I'm not too excited about it yet. But we have a vision here, and we'll get up there. Pa ST, welcome back to the stream. What's up? So let's use some Droid here this morning. GLM 4.6. First thing we need to do is let's actually launch this. Edward GC said 1 step at a time. You're gonna make it. Let's go. Thank you. Yeah, just 1 step at a time, guys. Gonna keep moving forward. So last night after the stream, obviously, guys, as you guys know, I work a lot, and I don't just work on stream. I work off stream as well. Let's run this. All right, so that's running on port. I did not want it to run on that port. Let's launch a new agent. Run. No. Kill the task running on port 3000. Okay, Aperium, I'll check it out. KG Tachi, welcome back to the stream. Let's get it. Oh, dang, yeah. Aperium's got 1,000 subs. You said you posted a short? I'm looking at your channel right now, Aperium. Pretty cool, man. KG Tachi, welcome back. Let's get it. All right. So let's open this up, and I'll show you guys what I did yesterday. Dan, let's go. Thank you again, Dan. Yeah, like I said, pretty encouraging to know that we have people like Dan that are working along with us, because he is a super sharp guy. All right. Yes, kill it. Let's go, Jose. KG, huge grind day today. Every day is a huge grind day, guys. Pa ST said, have you tried out the Chrome DevTools MCP? Yeah, I actually think I have it installed. Also, if you guys are just tuned in, I see we have 38 watchers. Something that really helps the stream, as you guys know, is just drop a like if you haven't already. If everybody that's watching drops a like, it'll actually really help the community grow. So let's just keep grinding that. I know I dropped a like on my own stream, so if I do it, you guys can do it too. All right, so let's go to ViewCreator, and I'm going to show you guys what I did last night. So I was working, and we pretty much have all of this ready to ship for the refactor. So if we open this up here, let's go to, for example, just like some of the other tools, the X tools. Looks like that failed there. Let's fix that. Wait, hold up. I think we may need to, is the API running? Yeah, API is running. All right, so let's fix that. Fix this error that I had in the ViewCreator Creator UI. Let's go, Binomio, let's get it. Jose said that he finally submitted his mobile app for review. Time to work on marketing and socials. Let's go. Congrats, Jose, that's huge. So we're using Droid this morning because essentially we are running out of tokens in Cursor, so we're gonna need another option. But yeah, so here's like the viral posts, and guys, like one thing to note is that in the process that we're doing for marketing, we're going to have to better integrate like organic content. So from here on out, my plan is to actually be using ViewCreator tools to help us grow on these social platforms. So for example, I released that video this morning, and the biggest thing whenever you're trying to grow a platform on the internet or on social media in general is to be able to use the tool to actually be able to promote it and just be consistent with your posting. And if you're consistent, that you'll be able to actually accomplish what you need to accomplish. Hung, I'm just trying it out. I'm gonna try it out and see how it does this morning. KG Tachi, thanks man, thanks for the super chat. Shout out to KG Tachi, appreciate it man. Thanks for the super chat. Yep, time to cook. Let's go. Binomio, let's grind. Samuel with Code, what's up? How's it going, man? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Lolo said, first time here, would you mind telling me where the revenue came from? Thanks in advance. Yeah, so we have a bunch of different revenue sources right now. The Stripe account, obviously where subscriptions are. I think we have it's up like high 700s now, 780, somewhere around there. And then also we do have some YouTube revenue coming in. I think that's like mid 200s. So we're just over the $1,000 revenue mark. But MRR is currently at 150. Is what MRR is at in Stripe. So, the biggest thing is, hey, we got to get the MRR up, and we got to get promoting these tools. So pretty much the strategy going forward is, hey, we have to start using the tools. And for example, if I go back and just show everybody that's joining in, Mr. Burp, let's go, let's lock in. If I show you guys essentially what I did this morning again, essentially I have this ViewCreator channel that now has 9 subscribers. And I released a video this morning over here where essentially the title of the video was "This free tool helps you get more views on YouTube," and it's literally me just using ViewCreator to create the title, the description, the captions, and then the thumbnail for the YouTube video that was actually released on BridgeMind. So if you guys go to BridgeMind and you actually look at the latest video that came out, which was this one here, setting up the new cursor. This here, setting up the new cursor agent window, what you need to know. Everything that was, went into this, the title, the description, the thumbnail, it was all made using ViewCreator. So I essentially just made a video using ViewCreator to do that. DGX Spark comes tomorrow? Damn, what's that? DGX Spark? Oh, shoot. So Dan said this is coming out tomorrow. An AI supercomputer at your desk. Oh, that's sick. All right, that's cool. All right, so yeah, so that video we made, and then I'm gonna have to cut it up into like a bunch of clips and stuff. But guys, let's just keep moving forward. We're going to have to get this deployed today on AWS Amplify. Dang, Dan said that his unit arrives tomorrow. You'll have to let us know what that's like, because that is sick. So we have a 500 error here. I think we need to run migrations, I believe. So all we have to do that is let's CD out and CD into the ViewCreator database and run npm migration generate. Oops, spelled it wrong. So with that, with the DGX Spark, I've never had it like a one. You know, I've only ever used like the cloud tools, obviously. Sam, the reason I'm using Droid today is because, I mean, they say that the benchmarks, like, let's just look up Droid benchmarks. I want to try it in stream today because basically my cursor is kind of running out, and if we go here, it's like, I mean, they do say that in terms of the benchmarks, terminal, bench, leaderboard, top 10, Droid, Opus 4.1 performs the best, then GPT-5, and Claude Sonnet 4 here. But then look at where Codex is at. I don't know if we can really trust these, but it literally puts Codex way down here. Okay, Dan, that's sick. Alright, Hung said that's the right way. Keep creating tutorial videos using ViewCreator and bring organic signouts via YouTube. People search for stuff like this all the time. I think you're doing decent at SEO already. Yeah. Michelle said the music is a bit loud. I can turn it down a little bit. Sorry, guys. Alright, there we go. Turn it down a little bit. So yeah, so let's use Droid today and just use GLM. I need to usually takes a little bit of time to get into flow state, because I kind of want to figure out, hey, like what's these problems that we're having. Let's do a refresh here. So let's just drop all this in here. Internal service error. Review this error and fix this error. All right. Also, I did get the ChatGPT Pro plan again last night. Logic X asked, is Codex that bad? I mean, I feel like it's more of like a marketing thing. The benchmark sometimes can be a bit off, but I mean, it does. I mean, look at this. It says agent design drives performance for all models. So when comparing Droid to Codex, when using GPT-5, I mean, it does say that Codex or Droid is 10%, about 10% better. So we're gonna use Droid today and see how it does. Right now we're using GLM, but let's actually start to switch over to GPT-5, because that's where it says it's the best. We'll use medium reasoning on all of them just to try this out and see how this is. Obviously, this is a fairly new tool. King of Agario, welcome back. It's going pretty good. How much have you spent so far in the past 55 days? So in the past 55 days, the burn, that's like a good question across the board. Like across the board, I have a bunch of stuff just in doing and running this business that I have to pay for. So for example, like AWS now, because of how many products we actually have up in AWS, I'm thinking I'm spending about, like the burn now in AWS is probably about like 500 to 800 a month. And then AI tools are costing about 600. But in terms of like, essentially the past, 55 days, I've probably spent maybe like 3,000 on AI tools, AWS, streaming software, all that stuff. Ads, probably like 3K. Also, if you guys are just tuned in, make sure that you like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be going for probably streaming for about 6 hours again. That's usually my normal stream time, because then I like to go to the gym. I work out in the mornings. I work out about twice a day, so got to keep the body healthy to keep the mind healthy, you know what I mean? All right. All right. All right. Okay. Binomio said that Codex is great running on the cloud through VS Code and apply directly in the project through VS Code. I actually don't like using it in the cloud. I tried that maybe a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't great for me personally. Tony said, I prefer hosting it myself on BPS, and then 7 or 8 of them are enough to handle 1 million unique visitors a month, and they total like 150. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just not super, like, budget-oriented, you know, I'm not trying to save, like, a couple $100. I'm okay, you know, I'm running this like a business, you know, deducting expenses and stuff, so I got money to invest, so just keep doing what we're doing. Logic X said that he got rate limited. King of Vigario said, thanks for answering. 3K sounds like a lot when it's in the alpha stage. How are you calculating revenue? I missed that part totally. Well, remember, King of Vigario, you know, we're not just running ViewCreator. We have a ton of other stuff going on, and you know, if you just look at in terms of the AI tools, like don't forget that we've launched a mobile app, we've launched BridgeMind.ai, we've launched a ton of products, and it is going to cost money. And whenever you're running a business, like honestly, 3,000 is not a lot. Bright Choice was burning 56,000 in our last month, so you know, it's like, hey. For me, I mean, a 3,000 in 3 months is like nothing. So it may be because I live, you know, I'm you know, from America, so you know that's like pretty normal. I mean, 3,000 is like not a ton. So, all right, let's see here. Right now I'm using Droid. I'm going to try Droid out today and see how it does. We're going to kind of test it out because, guys, like one thing that's really important is you always want to be testing, you know, new tools. You want to be testing different workflows. So we're going to use Droid today and see how it performs. All right. So one thing I also want to make sure that I test out is when I go to credits. This is going to need to get fixed. Let's go down here. Fix the error that I got in the ViewCreator Creator UI billing page here. Ermal asked, have you set up Claude skills into your repo yet? I have not yet, no. Logic said, what AI model was the best you used so far? I'm a huge GPT-5 Codex High fan, so, you know, last night, I'm not kidding, I was using like 12 Codex terminals at once to actually work on 2 different projects because, as you guys know, I'm not just working on ViewCreator, I'm also working on other projects as well behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm using Droid right now. Yeah, I'm using Droid. Alright, so let's switch this to, it says that the best one is technically Opus. The best model to use in Droid is Opus, but that's just such an expensive model. Like if you touch that, you're gonna get absolutely cooked. So we're gonna use not Opus, we're gonna use we're just going to use GPT-5 and test it out because I feel like that's what most people are using. So we need to fix that error on the billing page there. But let's see here. So as you guys know, we now have this recruiting logic. Let's fix this here. This was all stuff that I was working on last night that I wasn't able to actually get around to testing. So I now need to fix some of these errors that we're having. Fix this error in the ViewCreator Creator UI. So I'm going to have some errors because essentially I was working last night for about 2 hours after I got home from the gym, and then I had to, you know, do that whole like eating and sleeping thing. I don't really like doing that, but from time to time I have to do it. Usually I like to just code and build and not doing anything else, but I guess you have to eat and sleep to survive, so sometimes I do that. The Awakened, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream, man. Good to see you. Sam Stone said, I started using multiple terminals with Git Work Tree. That way they don't overlap and I can push several branches for each terminal. That's a good way to do it. I just don't, for some reason, like I just don't have a ton of issues whenever I am, you know, having multiple agents at once. I don't have a lot of issues there. Okay, so essentially last night, as you guys know, we're setting up this campaign logic. Okay. Yeah, Hung, 100%. GPT-5 High is the best. Okay. All right, so TikTok tools coming soon. Instagram tools. So bio generator. What is this here? You guys see that? All right, so here's a bio generator. I don't know if this is going to work. We built this last night. KG Tachi said that he's waiting for that sweet Gemini 3.0. I think everybody is. I mean, wasn't it? Didn't they say it was going to come out tomorrow, right? Gemini 3.0 release date. So, announces artificial intelligence evolves towards AGI. So it says that Google Gemini 3 will be announced on Wednesday, but the release date will be November 12th. So they're going to announce it tomorrow, apparently. So we'll be streaming, obviously, tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so that threw an error. I got this error when running the Instagram bio generator. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's launch the YouTube here and go to... oops. Let's go to YouTube Studio, check the analytics, pop up the live counter here. We are close to 5,500, so it looks like we're gonna hit it today, which is cool. So let's get it, guys. Progress every day. We'll get there. All right, I'm gonna put this down here. All right, I'm gonna put this right here. All right. BFR, welcome back. GLM 4.6 is decent. I'm using it on this chat here and this one here as well. We'll see if it's able to fix this one. Hung said, do you use cloud agents with either Codex or Claude Code yet? Delegate 3 tasks for them to work overnight before you're going to bed, and those agents basically work 24/7. I have not used that. Maybe you can share in chat essentially how you're doing it, and we could test it out. All right. So post captions, that tool doesn't work. Okay. All right. So X tools. So reply generator. So essentially the purpose of this tool is so that, let's go to X, and for example, like let's just go to somebody that's, this guy had essentially a viral post here. Obviously it was just in my feed. Geez, this guy posts so much. Scare a vibe coder in one word. So we'll post this in. Generate replies. So the cool thing is it'll actually be able to test if this works, and I'm going to be documenting some of this journey as well, because right now, like on X, I only have 385 followers. So I mean, guys, also look at this. This was so sick. So this was my setup last night while I was working off stream. I posted this because I was just absolutely cooking with Codex last night. I was going crazy. So let's see here. So yeah, this failed. Let's see why it failed. Let's open up cursor. All right, let's see here. Oh. All right. Kill the task running on port 3001. All right, let's open up our terminals here, and I need some better terminal management here. All right. So I just want one terminal that has all these running. So let's just cd into ViewCreator UI. So we'll use the UI, run that. And then let's cd into cd out. All right. Looks like that's already in use, so we're gonna have to kill that. Kill the task running on port 3003. BFR, I'll let you know. Oren, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be trying Droid out today. You guys are gonna be able to get to see me use it. I'm gonna try it probably for most of the stream today. All right. So what was up with all this? On startup of the ViewCreator Creator UI, what is up with all of these warnings and errors? Review and fix them. All right, so Tony said that he tried Claude's web extension UI yesterday and didn't like it as much as Codex web UI. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Codex has been out for a while now. So let's now go over here and see, hey, what error is kicking this? Also, why is there still a task running on that port? All right, hold up. I'm actually not sure what Droid plan. I think I'm on just the free version now, and we're going to test it out until we're going to see. We're on the free version, but we'll kind of test it out and see how far we can get on the free version, and then depending on when we have to upgrade, we'll just upgrade as needed. So that's the plan for today. Okay, so we need to kill task running here. So now let's restart. Okay, what? Why is it still running? Try again. Hung said it's their extension at the bottom. Choose cloud agents and let the local ones and cloud ones work simultaneously. Need to ship post more on X. Yeah, I mean that's really what we're about to start doing. You know, in ViewCreator, essentially what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna just start posting videos on that YouTube channel of essentially me using ViewCreator to like try and grow the BridgeMind platforms. You know, on X, on Instagram, and you know, guys, like I think that may be the best perspective to grow organically, is that I'll just start posting content of using ViewCreator to try and grow there. I mean, we've got what, 385 on X, which isn't bad. Hidden Food, I've been building ViewCreator since day 20 on the series, so for about a month, a little bit over a month, I think. All right, so let's see here if we can actually start this back up. All right, there we go. So let's now paste that. What was that post that we had seen? It was this one right here. Scare a vibe coder in one word. So this X reply generator, I think it's failing. So we're gonna see why it's failing. Be able to, you know, so X reply job created, that works. Dan said, whip up a /library command to organize and condense MDs in the code base. Dan, is that for Droid? Does Droid have that, or is that just for, that may just be for Cursor? So let's see. So I don't know if you guys missed it, but I actually got a chance to talk to Dan in chat. So that /library, is it Claude Code, Dan, or what is it? But I got a chance to talk to Dan this morning, and he is a super sharp guy. And it was just pretty cool because it's just showing me, you know, the people that we have in this community are actually pretty cool. And it was really encouraging, to be honest. So again, shout out to Dan. Dan's in the chat because Dan has been super helpful and resourceful, and he actually was showing me some tips this morning. So super cool. All right, so that looks like, so I think that failed. So X reply generation failed, and I'm pretty sure it's because I actually changed the underlying model from, like, it was using GPT-4o to GPT-5. fix the error that's happening on this page. BFR said, also for X, you can use their new developer API. Yeah, that's the plan. So, you know, we're going to be able to integrate with the YouTube API, the Instagram API, the TikTok API, and then the X API, so that we can actually handle some posts and be able to post from ViewCreator. That's the ultimate vision, right? Right now, I would say that the main focus is let's just get, you know, these tools generated and people can use the tools and post on their own. But for now, that is the vision. But again, the main focus right now is to just get this shipped, honestly. Dashboard. Okay, also, I need credits. All right, let's go here. I'm gonna do Stripe login real quick so we can get Stripe webhook set up correctly. All right, Dan said that'd be a new command you make in Cursor. I have a similar one to ensure I don't have runaway MD files, keep session logs fresh, etc. So it's general purpose review MDs in the code base, especially with Claude, who has the memory tool that creates new MDs to extend its context window. Dan, would you mind maybe just pinging me in Discord what I could do for that? I'd like to take a look, and maybe we can set that up with whatever you're doing. That'd be super helpful. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna log in and get our Stripe webhooks set up right now because at the moment we do not have them set up, and we're gonna have to get that set up. So let's do that now. Thanks whoever just subscribed. Thanks for the support. All right, I need to authenticate on Stripe, and then we'll get the webhook set up. All right, let's see here. All right. Allow access. All right. So if I go to X now, go to reply generator. I mean, think about this, guys. We could literally grow, we could probably grow on X so much if we just essentially, like, while we were streaming, we were using ViewCreator to generate replies, because I'm pretty sure a huge way to grow on X is to essentially, like, take posts that are already going viral and to reply to them. So just a thought there. All right, also one thing to note is that, you know, this reply generator is not even taking any credit. Spark Spectrum, welcome back to the stream. He said today he went to the market to buy fresh fruits and food, and when I got out of my car, some drunk guy crashed in my car. Anyway, do you know any good alternatives to OpenRouter and Grok? I'm personally, I'm not sure. I don't use OpenRouter a lot, so maybe somebody can help. Yeah, George. So George asked for the revenue. So I get asked about the revenue line. Okay, so here's what it said. All right, that is not how we want it. Let's see here. Hold on. Think in depth about what actually makes a trendy X post and review the system prompt associated with the reply generator. Remember that, you know, update the system prompt to note that users are literally copying and pasting in what the original X post was, and the output should literally just be exactly what to paste back in. Right now, it's got too much. Check out the screenshot. It's got way too much information coming back to the end user. It should essentially just have the reply and then essentially a score. A little bit too complex there. All right. I think the problem is I had it be like witty. So instead of it being like, I probably need to update the system prompt to not make it witty. It's probably throwing it off a little bit. Okay. Let's take a look at this. All right. We need an agent. Take a look at the ViewCreator API. I just ran the command stripe login, and I'm trying to set up webhooks to listen locally at the correct route. Review the API, and then give me the command so that I can get Stripe listening on the respective local endpoint. All right. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, I'm about to pin the Discord here. Let's see here. Oh, oops, sorry. All right, I'm about to drop a link in the chat, pin the Discord. All right. All right, hold on. All right. Okay. Example enforced format. Note that right now, we had it so that it was like witty and trendy. This kind of threw off the responses. I need you to actually create a better overall system prompt so that the replies are gonna do better. Witty is not a good idea to prompt it because that's currently kind of messing up our results. So think deeply and fix this. All right, so Stripe listen. Also, I got an email last night. I'm sure that a lot of you guys probably did also. But I got an email from WhisperFlow that essentially said, hey, just so you know, we've gotten a lot of reports that everything is like really slow and that they're fixing it. Okay, so webhooks are now listening. I'm going to throw this over here. All right, so webhooks now listening. So we need to make sure that we get that working now. Let me see here. Okay. All right, guys. Today, just as a reminder, it's another great day of grind. We need to make sure that we get that. You know, that's what we're all about around here, grinding. Dan said, how about a tone selector? Then you append a tone subprompt based on user selecting to the main system prompt. Dan, that's a fire idea. So what Dan's saying is essentially, hey, you're able to essentially post, you know, the original X post, and then also, you know, essentially select the tone. I do think that's a really good idea. Let's see what kind of results we get after this changes. So it just did change that. So let's now drop back in that original X post and see what we can do there. So generating. And also note that right now this is not using any credits. Spark Spectrum asks, have you tried to use Cloudflare LLMs? I have not personally, no. Also, guys, if you haven't already liked the stream, right now I see that we've got 29 likes and 61 people watching, and liking the stream actually significantly boosts everything that we're doing. So if you haven't already liked the stream and you're watching, make sure you do so because it actually pushes it way harder. Okay, that's much better. That's much cleaner. All right. So, like, for this one, it said, scare a vibe coder in one word. I mean, it's not really following what we're trying to do. It's still not really following what we're trying to do. For example, I just tested it with this. You'll see that I essentially said, scare a vibe coder with one word. So what should have happened is the AI should have recognized the original post, and it should have been able to actually craft a response based on the original post. So in this word, it would in this world, it would, essentially take that original post and be able to create a one-word reply, if you see what I'm saying. So it needs to put a heavy amount of weight into what the original post actually was, because right now the responses aren't making sense to what the original post actually was. Like, for example, in my mind, like if I was going to answer this, it would be like slop. Because a lot of times people kind of hate on AI coding. They just call it AI slop. So like how I would respond to it is I would say slop. But the thing about X is, like, let's go to ChatGPT, and if we ask ChatGPT, like, hey, what are some of the best ways, to grow an X account? For example, like, what are the best ways to grow an X account? And I'm pretty sure that replying to popular posts that are in your niche is one of them, right? So that's why we build this tool, because, for example, if I create essentially this AI tool that helps me generate really good, replies, then it's going to really help us. So content system, post daily, threads 2 to 3 times a week, engagement engine, reply up the graph. So yeah, so look at this. So like literally it says, ChatGPT says, engagement engine, you essentially want to do replies. So you have to do replies on X if you want to grow everything. So we're going to do that today. Also, we need to make sure that we get this crediting system working. So free plan, transactions. All right, let's launch Codex here. As you guys know, like I said, I did get the pro plan again last night. So we're back on high. Right now, we have an issue with the credit transactions not rendering here on this page. In the ViewCreator API, ViewCreator Creator UI, review the repo and review the page, review the API, and properly integrate the functionality needed so that when users review their transactions, it actually is able to render in their transactions history in a tabular format. Kel said, have you thought about adding an AI short video editor? Streamer clipping is huge and companies pay people to clip and post streams as shorts. Yeah, 100%. So like I was actually talking to Dan about this morning, and I was telling him, he asked a good question. He was like, hey, like, what are some of the best competitors in your opinion? And like Opus Clip is one of those for sure. So with Opus Clip, I'm essentially able to do exactly that, right? Like I literally can, drop in YouTube videos and streams and get clips. And it's an amazing tool. So for example, like if I go here, let me restart my AirPods because they're disconnected right now. One second, guys. All right, I think that'll work. Let me see here. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. So yeah, so for example, like I made that YouTube video over on ViewCreator, right? And it created all these clips that I can then post as shorts. So like here's one. So if you had to say, okay, when I'm creating a YouTube video, what are the absolute most important things? Your title, your description, and the thumbnail, 100%. And I'm gonna walk you through the workflow that I have implemented to help me get this success. So the most important things when you are creating a new YouTube video is the title, the description, the thumbnail. I already said that. I already looped it. So, you know, hey, it's a great tool. So if you had to say, okay, when I'm creating a YouTube video, what are the absolute most important things? Your title, your description, and the thumbnail, 100%. And I'm gonna walk you through the workflow that I have implemented to help me get this success. So the first thing that I do when I create a new YouTube video is I go over here, and if I need some title ideas to be able to generate a new title, I can basically do this. And what helps it be able to index that is actually providing closed captions. So then essentially what you can do is you can download this, right? And like screenshot, you can take this. And right now I'll just, you know, go over to chat, just say, create the title and description for the YouTube short here. Mash Hour, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream, man. Good to see you. So then what I could do is I could then go over to the YouTube channel, and I could then go to switch account, boom, go to ViewCreator, and then open up ViewCreator, and I can now just post that short. So upload video, and then just drag and drop that short that Opus Clip created. Goes off. And then post this. So do you guys see kind of how that workflow works? So it's like obvious that, hey, these tools are needed, right? Because, hey, one thing to succeed online is, hey, you need to have organic content that's going out. So now, you know, I just posted that. It took like a couple seconds. So I think like in terms of our marketing for ViewCreator, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna start like building tools that I know are needed for social media. Like for example, you know, this reply generator is gonna be needed. So like let's see if this was able to improve it. And also we're gonna implement Dan's feedback where he said, hey, I actually wanna, because that was a really good point. So Dan said, let me go back to that chat. Let me just Control F Dan. Okay. So Dan said to essentially add a tone. So something that would be really good is adding a tone. But let's like, just for example, like let's take this, you know, post, like you kind of got to find posts that are in your niche. So like somebody that's in our niche 100% that does really well is Ray Fernando, for example. So we can go to Ray and we can essentially go to one of his posts recently. And this one that he had got 400,000, right? And we probably missed a little bit of, you know, the boost on this post because it was posted too long ago. But hey, that's a post that's doing incredibly well. So we just post that in, we click generate replies, and let's see what it does. Parth, I have subscriptions to ChatGPT, Claude, Droid, and Cursor. Casper said, Ayo, saw you use some 3D model for a website that gives you the prompt. What was the page? Thank you. Casper, that was 21st Dev. 21st Dev. Also, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're going to be streaming for about 6 hours today, like normal. Okay. I don't like the emojis. Emojis do not do well. Add into the system prompt the fact that it should not use emojis or hashtags. I think no emojis or hashtags is like the right thing to do on X these days. Okay. Okay. So just add do not use emojis or hashtags to the prompt there. ABD, we're working on ViewCreator. It's already released with over 500 users, viewcreator.ai. Today we're working on some of our tools. So you should, let's try that again. So now it shouldn't post in any emojis. Don't want any emojis. Improve the styling of it. So for example, the virality score, put it in essentially like a circular div where the color changes to a dark green, the closer to 100 that it gets, instead of just having virality score 95 out of 100. Okay. So here now, still emojis. Hold on, let's see the API. Let's pull all our terminals back. See, okay, that makes sense. Fix this error. If there's dev errors, that's kind of why I picked it up, because I did see it go into the command, the system prompt, that it did say, hey, no, no emojis. So the fact that it did, I kind of knew, okay, there's probably some errors, which we needed this in a little bit more of a reviewable spot, by the way. So we'll put that over there. All right. Let's use GLM 4.6 on this one. Okay. All right, so now that's fixed. Let's try this again. Don't refer to anything witty in the X reply generator page. That's now removed. All right. Kill the task running on port 3001. So literally the video I made, I did use this. Something I'm noticing though, oh, also there's a bug. If I click this, it's gonna kick this error. All right. On this page in the ViewCreator Creator UI, it is redirecting me to this here and not actually downloading the thumbnail onto my computer when I click the download button. Fix this, as when the user clicks the download button, it literally should just download the image into their downloads folder on their computer. Yeah, I'm not sure, Dougal. I haven't used 21st Dev because really it's just good for like, creating like unique non-AI looking components, honestly. Okay. Okay, thank you, Dan. So Dan just said that he sent me the library command. So I'm gonna show you guys something really cool. So, all right, cool. So this is what he gave me. Awesome. Thank you, Dan. Okay. something cool that Dan taught me this morning is you can essentially create commands in Cursor. So for those of you that use Cursor, you can do a / and then down at the bottom, you can do this create command, and then we'll just call this consolidate.md file, or consolidate md. We'll just use that command, and then you can essentially paste in the command that you want to use for that command, right? So we'll paste what Dan gave us there, and then let's just use like a super cheap model like Code Supernova, and we can then just do / and now we can use consolidate md. And I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna add ViewCreator. I'm just gonna say, yeah, all I have to do is that. And let's kind of keep an eye on it, make sure that's doing the right things. So to do, scan all MD files across repository root, analyze files for duplicates, similarities, and canonical versions, create docs folder structure at repository root, standardize front matter, and migrate canonical files to docs, move superseded versions to docs archive with alias pointers, generate docs, new file 2C. All right, wow, so shout out to Dan. Dan's in the chat because he just gave us a pretty good reference to be able to consolidate that. So yeah, so we're gonna use Code Supernova because it's a free model, and our cursor plan is starting to run out a little bit, so that's sweet. Kojak just asked, is there a way to rewind with Droid? Let's see, can we rewind? Doesn't look like it, no. Imperium said, I am back. How's everything going? Pretty good. Okay. Okay, so these now should work. Let's do a quick refresh and download. It threw this error. Also, it did redirect me still. It shouldn't redirect the user. It should just download the file. All right, Dan said, basically the command checks for a docs folder. If it's not there, it makes one, then tries to clean everything up to remove unnecessary misplaced MD files into the docs organized by subfolder. Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet. So here it is. We can watch that go. Consolidate docs.py. Dan needs to rename his username to Legendary Dan. That's sick. All right, cool. Okay. For this feature, for some reason, there continues to be in the bottom right-hand corner of every thumbnail, essentially a weird square div that shows like the duration or just like a square div. Figure out in the system prompt what is causing that. You can see the examples from the screenshot. You need to figure out what's causing that in the system prompt and fix it and remove it. So in this here, there's just like continuously this weird div here. Let's fix that. I feel like GPT-5 Codex and just using Codex is the best still in GPT-5 High. No, I haven't shifted to Droid. I'm just trying out Droid today because a lot of people are using it and it's new. So I want to test it out and whatnot. But Codex with GPT-5 High is honestly probably the best way to vibe code still, in my opinion. because you're able to hand off so many tasks to it, which is just really nice. All right, so let's go here. There we go. All right, so that now works. A little download there. Because, like, even for example, like for that right there, that feature, just as an example, it's like I was able to hand that off to Codex, and it was a long-running task. And what I find is that Codex is able to do a very, very good job. Okay, so let's now add into this reply logic and functionality. On this page, I want users to be able to set the tone that they want in their reply. So come up with a nice drop-down for this, and don't change any of the API structure or the entity structure. I just want this essentially added to the prompt that it should be in that tone. Also, I need you to take a look at the system prompt for the X reply generator job and refine it so that it uses and implements best practices and is able to take in the original X post as reference and properly create and craft a perfect reply that will be engaging to readers. J35, welcome back to the stream, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Tony said 9 months of using it is quite a long time. I'm starting to think that Dougal may just have like a bit of a negative mindset. Because I think 21st Dev is fine. It's got some good components in there. Obviously, a lot of people use it. Jin said, hey, just a little front-end bug on your main website. What's that? What'd you find, Jin? Renew said it's just a little bit slow, in my opinion, compared to Claude Code. Yeah, Claude Code is faster, but like, hey, it's also because the model is faster, right? Like, not a lot of people are able to use. I mean, I used Opus 4.1 for like 3 days, and Opus 4.1, in my opinion, is probably like the best model on the market if you're able to use it. But the issue is like it's not the best model on the market just because of the expense of it. It's impossible to use because of how expensive it is. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked the stream or subscribed, make sure you do so. We're gonna be going for 6 hours today, so if you guys are working, grinding, we're locking in today. Kill the task on port 3001. I've got the max subscription for Claude, and I hit my limit in like 3 days for Opus. Usage went really fast. All right. So let's go back to credits and see buy credits. Yeah, G35, I saw that. In the ViewCreator Creator UI, the Buy Credits button does not work. Create the page for buying credits and properly integrate it. Also, I think this is a good instance to use cursor on. Also, we can check how this is doing. So it says that the documentation has now been organized. And wow, all right, this is great. So before, our documentation was kind of like very, very messy. And huge shout out to Dan in the chat, because this literally just totally reorganized all of our docs into an actual docs archive here. So that's great. Nice. Perfect. All right, so now we can, this is a lot more readable. I think, wow, I did it in every, wait, docs. I think it may have done it, put all of them here. That's fine though. Honestly, a lot of these MD files probably need to get wiped out. Build with Carlos, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. It's going good. It's going good this morning. We're just getting started. So what I want to do with this is I actually want to start a new chat. And what we're going to do is we are going to go here to the Creator UI. And we're going to go to essentially just pages. We're going to drop in the pages directory. And then what I want to do is in the ViewCreator UI, it's in the source, pages, dashboard, credits, put that here. All right, so let's do that. And then honestly, I'm going to use Sonnet. Let's use 4.5 for this. But the frustrating part is I'm about to hit my limit for cursor already. So we're gonna have to figure out either if we want to spend a bunch more money or not. I don't know. Hold on guys, my headphones again disconnected. There was one of these I was working on transactions, wasn't it? Thumbnail generator. Balance cells. I think it was this one here. Oh, but I don't think there are any transactions because this one... Okay, sweet. We're going to have to go through a couple different steps to get to where we need to be. But we'll get there. Brother Codes, the TikTok did not perform well. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit more of an organic approach. So like here, for example, we just posted this video. Like, let's just refresh this and see like how many views does that have. It's got 2 views. This one got 1,000. And then this video here. And note that like this is a brand new channel. And essentially what happens on brand new channels is you're gonna basically like get 0 views. Like YouTube is definitely the long game. But essentially shout out Daniel with Code for being supportive of this video. But essentially I made a video where the title is "This free tool helps you get more views on YouTube," and then it was just me essentially using ViewCreator to create the YouTube video that I released this morning. So we'll see how that performs. But I think we're headed in the right direction, guys. Essentially just creating content respectively as it's needed. So Bill with Carlos just asked, what's the marketing strategy at this point? Yeah, it's pretty much answered your question. So I'm going to build up a bunch of content just using ViewCreator essentially to help us grow, on all these different platforms. And, the tools that we do have are useful, right? So, I mean, I think if I just use them and we'll continue to build more and more and market better and better. And I think it's, it is the long game, guys. Don't forget, it's like, hey, I think part of this series, which is going to be interesting for everybody to see, is it's like, hey, it's such the starting point of with everything that we're doing. You should not expect to be, 3 months into a project to be making money hand over fist. I think we're just over a month now on ViewCreator. So it's like, hey, we've got plenty of time. And we're going to continue to work and show up every day, and over time that's going to pay off for sure. J35 said, did you post on X? I would recommend 1 to 2 minute max demo video if you decide to post on X. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is now every morning, since I wake up early and work in the morning as well as work out and read and stuff, I'm going to start just like doing content for ViewCreator and for BridgeMind in the mornings, and essentially just using ViewCreator to do exactly what ViewCreator is meant to do, which is to build your social channels. Kill the task running on port 3001. All right, so it said this is done. So let's see this now. let's go back here. All right. Morning, XLI. How's it going? Welcome back. All right. So transactions. So buy credits now redirects to the credits page. This is just skeleton loading. The credits page now needs to properly have the different credit options to buy more credits. Review the page in the ViewCreator UI for reference, and then integrate the respective functionality. Dan said, let me know if you need a follow-up cleanup prompt. Just would want to be able to point the agent in the right direction on how to sort docs, folders. I have one main code base in my projects versus your multiple environments. Yeah, I think what it did, I mean, most of them were in that directory already, so I like how it did that. You know, like a lot of this can be removed. Like, we do need a complete cleanup eventually. And probably what we should do eventually is just do a cleanup. So this was just good for at least organizing this to kind of clean it up a little bit. So let me think on that, Dan, and then we'll decide what to do with it. But for now, I mean, I think definitely an improvement just to at least get that stuff out of the way. Hey, welcome back to the stream. ViewCreator is an AI-powered platform that allows influencers, brands, and content creators to create AI-generated content. And so we have tools like, for example, the YouTube suite is pretty nice. Thumbnails, titles, descriptions, chapters, transcripts, all those work really well too. Thanks, Dan. So all right, so here's that tone. So balance, clarity, bold, warm, clever. Okay. So let's try that. So let's go to X and essentially just find a post that's doing well on X. It's like this one here. So let's see how this does. So original post, Ray said, LinkedIn bros have zero shame copying my posts. Let's see what it comes back with. I think the X replies are actually going to be huge. Because a great way to grow on X is you find posts that are doing well, right? Like, hey, you don't know if your post is going to go viral. If you have an organic post that goes viral, then great, that's fantastic. It's going to really help you grow your platform. But like, for example, that usually doesn't happen. Like, people post on X all the time and just get like zero traction for a long time. So like I have all these posts, and the only reason I even have 385 subs, empty completion, it looks like. Oh, credits, what the heck? All right. All right, so I mean, I don't think any of this stuff is great yet, you know? Like, would I post any of that? Probably not. It said, creative theft on LinkedIn, that's a plot twist worthy of a startup drama. What angle do you think they can't copy? Like, that's kind of cringe, to be honest. Let's try another one. It's like this one here. This one's popping off. It's from this creator, Paulius. He said, I think Claude Code just killed Lovable. So if I go over here, I paste that in. I'm like, all right, I basically want to suck off this guy's success here. And then let's do like clear point of view. Like balance, clarity, clear point of view. Sound like a sharp operator, sharing earned insight. Confident, concise, no fluff. Show clarity without sounding salesy or smug. So that could be a good option for us. So let's see this option here. I mean, because what this could mean is if we do get this working, it would be nice to be able to just, you know, essentially respond to a bunch of X posts all day. You know, suck off people's success of viral posts. Yusuf, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. A little bit slow. Here it is. That's actually a pretty good response here. So this one said, different jobs. Claude Code is an elite copilot in your repo. Lovable equals prompt app deploy with DB auth previews. Tooling versus productization. It only kills if it... That's actually a really good reply. I don't know if you guys see this one here. This is something that you could post that actually might do well. So that gives me some confidence. Let's open up another Codex window. I get that error when creating a reply job every time. It still works, but what's going on with that error? Why is it throwing an error like that? All right, so that one's good. So these actually are really good. So the balanced clarity one was really good. So let's just take that one, for example, and respond. Looks like we got a scammer here. We responded to the scammer, Dakota Robertson. Yeah, typical scammer. He said that he spent 10,000 hours prompting AI. He made a GPT. He made a GPT, guys, that perfects prompts in 5 seconds. No experience is needed. He says, if you want it for free, comment AI and like the post. Seems like a great guy. AI. I mean, guys, I think we need to change up. I think we need to start scamming people. All right, so this guy said yes, Codex CLI actually unambiguously better than Claude Code now. So let's drop that into the reply generator here, see what it comes up with. Balanced clarity seems to work pretty well. George Wall dropped an AI. Yeah, seriously, Dan. Yeah, do you remember GPTs? Yeah, it really is a dead internet theory. Like, you know, very interesting to see, you know, people still on that. I remember that was definitely a thing that people were doing when GPTs came out. They were like, yeah, GPTs are like, you know, gonna be great, you know, but nobody uses them. Are they even still a thing? I didn't even know that they were still a thing. Insane, how's it going? Welcome back. Yeah, J35, literally that's like not possible. I mean, this is actually pretty good. Dan, something that I'm thinking about that you mentioned this morning is like, imagine a Chrome extension where, you know, you can do this using a Chrome extension. That would be pretty good. Like, that would be really interesting if you just had a Chrome extension for this, you know? That'd be pretty fire. So we're basically going to start sucking off everybody's success here on X. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, the Chrome extension was an idea that Dan gave me. He said he essentially compared. He was like saying that, hey, the main, essentially ViewCreator.ai is like the main hub, but that you could create, you know, Chrome extensions and stuff that would allow users to essentially have it, you know, a little bit more where they're actually using it, which would be, you know, in Chrome or something like that. So really interesting take there. I mean, we may as well just start to see if this works here. Looks like we have an alert here. Dan said that he uses GPTs every day, but internal personal tools that I can add directly in my ChatGPT instance to save time and have experts at the ready for specific tasks, especially with actions added to custom GPTs. That's interesting, Dan. Yeah, I remember like when they initially came out, and what was it? It was like late. Was it early 2024 or late? I think it was early 2024 when they came out, and I remember it was like a big deal. And I did use them in 2024. They did have a use case for sure. All right, so let's go back to credits here, because buy credits needs to, I don't know why it's still, let's launch this, CD, ViewCreator, Creator UI, Codex. Yeah, so, hey, this is like, essentially the concept that we're gonna use. We're gonna use ViewCreator to market ViewCreator, if that makes sense. Because if we can build a tool that actually helps us market our tool, then I think we'll have a product that works well. Why is this only skeleton loading right now? Yeah, altitude for sure. At this point, we're all just kind of like reading X together. All right. Create an elite group chat for solo creators. Comment, guys, comment invite. So he's gonna drop you the link. You gotta comment invite though. Wow. You better comment invite. All right, so X, reply generator. Let's try warm. Tony said that for your reply generations, you could maintain a loading, is generating is processing state that controls the UI. Yeah, so we do have like the job state, so you can see like the generating here, down here. So this one's generating, for example. So essentially you send this off, and then you have your jobs down below. So anytime that you need to review your jobs, it's down below. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I don't know why it keeps throwing this empty completion here. That one didn't really understand the context that it was in. Dan said that basically if you still use ChatGPT today, you can probably get more value by having a mixture of experts approach with GPTs that have instructions, tools that help you get things done faster. Yeah, my experience with GPTs, when I use them, I don't use them anymore, is that, you know, you would create them for like a very specific thing, right? You know, you'd be like, okay, like you're the SEO blog expert, and you're gonna create blogs for me, basically. So here, this is working. So I want to remove this section because it's just too bulky. Remove this section. Right now, the prompt area of the reply generator is just too bulky and has too much going on. Make it more compact and simple and less text, more compact. Yeah. Yeah, Matt, 100%. Yeah, Droid's giving 20 million tokens away for free, but really 20 million tokens isn't a ton. J35 said all of them using a mini chat for automated replies, comment, get rich. I will send you blueprint to build generational wealth while you sleep. I mean, shoot, I think we need to start scamming people, guys. Get that revenue up, right? Nah, we're good. All right. Thanks to whoever just subscribed. Appreciate it. All right. So this is going to get a little bit more compact. More compact. For example, take a look at the other YouTube tools pages. They are really well styled. Dougal, Droid is another popular CLI tool. That's kind of like, it came out, what, like a couple weeks ago? Well, it didn't, I don't know when it came out. When did Droid actually come out? No. So I think it's been out for a while, but they've like really been pushing the marketing lately. Burn, right now we're not using the X API. Dan said, like, I have a Notion API assistant that I mentioned when refining formulas in Notion. Once you use ChatGPT for a specific action, if you do it again, you may have a reason to make it a GPT. That's actually very true. Yeah. Because there are certain things I like use ChatGPT for, and what I'll do is I'll just go back to that conversation, you know what I mean? And, you know, instead of going through the process of making a GPT, I just create the I just go back to that conversation or search it up. But the thing is like once you start to reach the end of the context window, that conversation is like gonna be like super slow, not work very well. Why is that still? All right, let's go over to localhost here. Okay. kill the task running on port 3000 and OX, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. All right, so there's an issue with like this credit system, and I want to take a look at it. Looks like that's thinking like just over on 3003 here in the creator UI. If we go to buy credits, there's like some environment-based system that's running, and that's not right. So we're just going to take a look at that and see what's actually causing that. Also, if you guys are just tuned in, we're working on ViewCreator. ViewCreator is an all-in-one AI platform where you can use over, it's actually, it's like a bunch of different AI tools that you're able to use to be able to create viral content. So let's go over to, I actually want to go to the dashboard in this repo, and this is now essentially outdated, but this tool does it correctly, you know. I just want to drop this in here. And let's make sure, oh, that's the creator UI. All right, so we're gonna have to fix this. We're gonna have to CD out of this. Review this in complete depth, as in the ViewCreator UI, it has this modal that pops up when the user doesn't have enough credits, and it has, you know, the different credit packages as well as the option to upgrade to Pro or to upgrade to Ultra, respectively. Review how this component and find which file this is in the ViewCreator UI and tell me which file it is and review its logic in depth and provide a summary. Then after you do that, provide next steps on how to integrate this into the ViewCreator Creator UI repository. Altitude said the X post generator is interesting, though I've been using GLM to generate X post and it's more human. Try asking GLM for X post and see the Turing difference. Yeah, Altitude, you know, yeah, I appreciate you finding it interesting. Yeah, I think like the goal for us is like, hey, we're going to continue to improve the system prompts, and what ViewCreator is going to become is exactly what we talk about. You know, it's going to be an all-in-one platform where you're able to use AI to be able to grow your presence on social media. And like I mentioned, you know, hey, the long-term vision is that these tools are going to continue to get better, and we're going to be able to integrate the APIs so that you can post directly from ViewCreator. And we're going to create a super comprehensive platform that has just a ton of value. And we're at the very beginning of it, but right now I would say, yeah, I mean, they probably could use GLM to do a pretty good job. Like here, let's just try that. Review the functionality of ViewCreator and create a X post that has a great hook that I will post on the ViewCreator X account about the functionality of ViewCreator. So let's try that. Shout out to Altitude SFS for the recommendation. So we're going to use GLM 4.6 here to essentially review the functionality here and see what it comes back with. Thanks to whoever just subscribed, by the way. Also, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked the stream, make sure you do so. Right now I can see that we have 40 likes and 64 people watching. So if you're somebody in the stream that hasn't already liked the stream, make sure you do so, because that actually really helps. Thank you. Also, we're only 4 subs away from 5,500. So channel's been growing so fast, sometimes I get the thousands wrong. I'm like, we're at 3,000. I'm like, no, 5,000. Tony, you end up getting a MacBook? Yeah, Altitude, that's a really good idea, Reddit. All right, so it said, I don't like that. Look at how many, look how many emotes it used, or emojis. That's all right. I now need you to integrate a similar modal into the ViewCreator Creator UI. Now on this page in the ViewCreator Creator UI, it should never have a skeleton loader. Regardless of the node environment, it should be loading in the credit packages accordingly and respectively. The altitude. Like something with Reddit is I've had a decent amount of success with Reddit. Like one of my posts on there got, I think, like over 100,000. It's on the MacBook is the account that I posted on. But essentially there is a vibe coding Reddit on. Obviously there's like a vibe coding Reddit subreddit on Reddit, and I posted a while ago essentially a post over there, and if I pull it up, let me find that post. So this post, it was from, let's see here, it was day 30, yeah, day 31. I think I can show this to you guys if there's no glare. Here, let me try. All right, so I don't think you guys can really see it. Hold on. Basically, I posted this, and you probably can't see it, but 103,000 views on Reddit. And all I said is essentially vibe coding an app to $1 million current revenue. Guys, get this. On day 31, we had $51 in revenue. Did you guys know that? $51 in revenue on day 31. So the fact that we're at $1,000 right now, and we went from literally 1,000, from 51 to 1,000 in 25 days. Hey guys, we're making progress. We just have to keep going. J35, I'm dead. Yeah, the M4 is pretty good. That's actually the MacBook that I have, the MacBook that you guys are seeing. This is an M4 Max. Yeah, this is an M4 Max, and it's dummy, right? This only has like 36 gigs of RAM though, so in terms of like if I wanted to stream on the go, I couldn't. Essentially, once things change, I have a plan obviously with everything that we're doing, and once things change a little bit and we make some more progress, we'll probably get a better Mac. Once the M5 Max comes out, I'll probably get a new MacBook Pro once they release the M5 Max, but that may not be till early next year or something. All right, so let's go back to the reply generator here. Looks like OpenAI is also launching a new product. 10 a.m. PT today. You guys see this? Wait, Tony, is it coming out tomorrow? Burn said, I can see this being at 5K day 100, probs more. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I mean, if we keep showing up like we are, I will say we do need like some sort of breakthrough. A new product that he's quite excited about. 2210. It's pre-ordered? Well, available starting 10/22, but that's only the M5 14-inch. Like, you can only get the M5. M5 Max isn't available. Like, for example, it's only have these are like kind of weak computers, to be honest. The MacBook Pro here, M5, even the top one for 2000 only has 24 gigs of unified memory. I need way more. Like, on right now, if I pull up what I'm doing right now on this computer, let's just pull up Activity Monitor. I'm doing 83 gigs right now of memory. So yeah, Dan says Q2 2026. That's what I saw as well. All right, also something I need to test is in pgadmin. I need to see this user's credits here. Balance. Right now in the ViewCreator Creator UI sidebar, it is not properly rendering the amount of credits that the user has. It just has a dash. Something's wrong with this. Review the logic and figure out what's causing this, identify the bug, and then integrate the update to properly display to the user how many credits they have. Sometimes this happens. Alright guys, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, what's good? I'm back. Logic says he's still here. Vibe coding 2 on the BG. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Alright. This is still working here. This page is currently not properly formatting the markdown of the responses from Spark. Review, identify the issue, and update. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Shout out to Kojak, Mal, and InsCloud that joined the Discord server. Welcome to the community. Good to see you guys. There's a Discord link in the chat as well. All right, finally, the credits are actually rendering incorrectly. Before it wasn't working, now it is. There is no way to earn credits. So remove that logic. Jeanette 1C, how's it going? Welcome. Transactions. Doesn't appear that transactions are working yet. Let's go back to Spark, see how Spark's doing. Yes. Transactions is still not rendering in anything. And let's see, it's credit transactions. So I want to make sure, like, hey, are there even any rows in the database for this? Yeah, there is. Review the credit transactions entity and also review the API and make sure that this is properly integrated into the front end and that there's API logic for this for rendering the authenticated users transactions so that it renders in the table respectively on this page in the ViewCreator Creator UI. Can you create the backend route for, let me do this here. Can you create the backend route for calculating the total amount of credits that the user has spent? Then integrate that API route into the ViewCreator Creator UI in the billing page here. Most code, not much is new about Droid. I'm just trying it out today, so I can have a good view of that tool. It's a very popular tool, so. I keep getting this error and this message when I go to the Instagram bio generator page in the ViewCreator Creator UI. Figure out what's causing this and fix it. Ultima says that he gets good results from Droid. I'm not sure, Dougal. Dyer, we have different revenue sources. Subscriptions, YouTube revenue. We didn't get any new subscriptions yesterday, so the difference of $5 between yesterday and today was all YouTube. It's kind of nice because it offsets the losses in this period where we're trying to get started, Yeah, Altitude just got over 500 users. MRR is 150. Thanks, Most Code. I'm gonna try my best. Don't know if I'll hit that by the end of the year, but definitely make progress. What's happening over here on this credits page? Oh, so this isn't done yet. It's still working. B-Job, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. I'm gonna grab some an apple real quick, guys. I'll be back. That's pretty good. This this droid here got the total spent and the date created, account created. Let's go, guys. This got integrated too. Nice. Yeah, logic. Apparently, OpenAI is going to be releasing a new browser today. Google stock is down like 3%. I don't know if you guys... I'm sorry, I put my finance pro hat on, but... have you guys seen this? Look at this. Hold on. Look at this. Just Google today. Apparently, it's because OpenAI is releasing their browser today. Gold went down 6%? Oh, wow. Why? I guess, I wonder why. Huh. Sorry. Remove job history, as transactions is essentially job history, so there's no reason for both of them. Yeah, everything's kind of headed up back towards all-time highs. Okay. Current period, credits included. All right, let's actually jot this here. Droid is doing pretty good. Take a look at the screenshot and note that the current period and credits included are all blank, and then there's also that tag that says unknown. Figure out why that is and help me properly fill those fields respectively. Joshua, you can use a styling MD file for that, and that's also what cursor rules is for. Claude.md files, that's what that's for. Yeah, I'm not sure about Google. I feel like that stuff's hard to predict. Whoa, what just happened? You guys see this whole page just got reverted? Type 2, we're working on a refactor as well as pushing new features, so we're kind of gearing up in development for the next push of ViewCreator. But did you guys see this? Something just happened where essentially this entire file just got reverted all of a sudden. Something's going on here in this droid. What agents are working right now? Oh, shoot. Oh, shit. All right. How do I go back to a specific conversation in my history? That's bad. We actually did just have two agents collide. You were not supposed to make those updates to the billing page that you just did. Please fix that. There was code in that file before you implemented those updates, and you just totally wiped out some updates that another agent had made. So what happened was that this is an instance where two agents did just collide. So yeah, that's not great. So essentially that page that we just made a lot of progress on just got reverted by this Codex chat. It was this one right here. So we'll see if the Codex can revert it, but then also let's go back to our droid. In droid, how can I reopen a conversation that I was having? Yeah, that sucks, guys. We'll figure it out though. So this is like a good example. I get asked this question a lot. Essentially like, hey, you know, what do you do when that happens? All right, so just like that, guys, it was able to fix it. So I'm actually just gonna stop the conversation there because I don't want to mess anything up. But there we go, we fixed it. So we're good. So this is looking pretty good. So pro plan, active, current period. Let's just say, so I actually want to X out of that chat. Let's just kind of do a little bit of damage control. We've made some really good progress. And I just want to kind of, you know, kind of scale things back a little bit. Okay. All right. You don't have to include the time that they subscribe, just the days. This is like turning out really well. This billing page looks beautiful. Total spent. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to jump on a call real quick. I'll be back, but I have a call coming up. So I'm gonna leave music on. You guys can chill in here. I'll be right back. But I do have to tend to this, so I'll leave the music on. You guys can chill in here. I'll be back in probably about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna let this work, and then when we're back, we'll make some more progress. See you guys in a minute. All right, I'm back. What's up, guys? All right, let's get it. Move this. Just took a quick shower as well for the call. Feel fresh now. Let's go. Woke up. I was grinding too hard this morning. I didn't have time to shower. All right. Okay, so did this actually finish? It doesn't look like it. Refresh. Page doesn't exist. Oh, geez. What the heck? Thanks, Logix. All right. What's going on here? So, what's the command to go back to the conversation history in Codex? Is it conversations? Nope. What is it, guys? What's the / command in Codex to reopen my conversation history? All right. You guys just tuned in. We are working on ViewCreator. Looks like we had a weird conflict. I thought it was history. I thought it was Codex, and then you just do / history. That's not working. Oh, Codex -- history. Oh, sessions. Sessions? Is it sessions? Who knows it? Nope. Kill the task running on port 3001. All of a sudden, billing is just not returning anything. No, I'm sure there is one. Tony, I don't know if Tony's in the chat, but Tony, maybe I'm sending him a message on Discord. Hey, what is the command to pull up conversation history in Codex again? I know that you gave it to me once. Codex resume. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. All right, so Tony says, so Codex resume pulls up your conversation history here. And it was this one here. Hold up. Why is like Codex bugging out like this right now? Okay, there we go. Sync Dev, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Just for some reason, what is going on today? Kill the task running on port 3001. I don't have a ton of experience with Kiro. I do have Cursor though. I would recommend Cursor. Sourcelet says that he recommends the Claude Code $9 subscription sync. No clue what happened here. I basically left, and I think we had a instance where the agents did touch. They kind of got on top of each other, I think, and all of a sudden, billing page evaporated. $20 isn't gonna get you far anymore. This is like, this is one downside of, you know, when you're using multiple agents at once. I have no idea how these agents touched, but somehow they touched, and you know, it's integrating the logic again, but not with the styling that it had before. Which, I mean, this is actually pretty good though. Honestly, this is actually good. I'm cool with it. Okay, this is great. Now I need you to properly hook up the buy credits button. Oh shoot. To go to the correct page that lists the credits to allow them to buy credits. I'm now gonna push a bunch of code just because probably smart to do that at where we're at right now. Also hook up the view all button for view recent billing activity. I gotta clean this up. using this token, properly make the request to the backend with this user to create the agent. OpenAI is live in 10 minutes. Probably gonna tune in, see what they're releasing. All right, successfully saved 7 steps per agent. So we just created a practice agent. Mexo007, how's it going? So we just created this practice agent, and we're now going to test this. Let's go to Creator Dashboard. Whoa. Go to agents. Let's see if that actually worked. OpenAI is live in 8 minutes, so we're probably going to watch that, guys. So 6.8b. Evergreen. Oh, must have used the wrong. Don't show the subscription ID. Sourceload, that sounds great. All right, so let's go to OpenAI's YouTube. So this is starting here in 6 minutes. So it looks like, yeah, I mean, it looks like this is their new browser. So as you guys know, Google stock's down 3% today because OpenAI is releasing their new browser. So we're gonna watch this live stream together. $10,000 people watching. Wow. Yo, do you guys think that Sam Altman killed his employee? You guys see this?
Turnover every 75 years. Then I could totally believe a world where 75 years from now, half the people are doing something totally by this tragedy.
Worth dismissing it. I don't think we should say, well, he killed himself when there's no evidence that the guy was depressed.
What's up, Ashish?
I think, and if he was your friend, I would think you would want to speak to his mom. Or...
I did offer. She didn't want to.
So, do you feel that, you know, when people look at that and they're like, you know, it's possible that happened, do you feel that that reflects the worries they have about what's happening here? Like, people are afraid that this is like...
I've done too many interviews where I've been accused of like...
Oh, I'm not accusing you at all. I'm just saying his mother says that. I don't think a fair read of the evidence suggests suicide at all. I mean, I just don't see that at all.
You guys think so?
And I also don't understand why the authorities, when they're signing
KG thinks that he 100% got him eliminated.
2 rooms on a suicide. Like, how does that actually happen? I don't understand how the authorities could just kind of dismiss that as a suicide. I think it's weird.
You understand how this sounds like an accusation?
Of course. And I mean, I certainly, let me just be clear once again, not accusing you of any wrongdoing, but I think it's worth finding out what happened. And I
Sam definitely regrets doing this interview.
Has refused to investigate it beyond just calling.
He's got such a bad image.
I mean, I think they looked into it a couple of times, more than once, as I understand it. I saw the, and I will totally
honestly,
say,
he does not come across
when
as
I first
innocent.
heard about this, it sounded very suspicious.
Yes.
And I know you had been involved in.
Was mother
You were asked
reached
out to the case.
And I don't know anything about it. It's not my world.
She just reached out cold.
She reached out cold.
Wow.
And and I spoke to her at great length, and it.
Emilio says that I'll say he knows something.
She was
Yeah.
clearly killed by somebody. That was my conclusion, objectively, with no skin in the game.
And you, after reading the latest report.
Yes.
Like, look.
I immediately called a member of Congress from California. Wrote.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. You know what's interesting though is that there are things like that that can happen. Like people that are famous and powerful people. That kind of stuff, like, it's not off the table. You know what I mean? What's up, Danush? KG said he seems dishonest from the way he carries himself, his body language, everything. Yeah. Alright, so here's the stream. We're going to have this on in the background while we work. This is, apparently, they've been working on this for a pretty long time. OpenAI stream here. Brian, how's it going? Things are going good. We got the OpenAI stream in. They're about to release their new browser, so we're just going to have this on while we do some work here. Feel free to hang out, work with us, chill out. Okay. Here we are.
Good morning. Today we're going to launch ChatGPT Atlas, our new web browser. This is an AI-powered web browser built around ChatGPT. It's something we've been super excited about and working hard on for a long time, and really excited to share with you today. We think that AI represents like a rare, once-a-decade opportunity to rethink what a browser can be about and how to use one and how to sort of most productively and pleasantly use the web. Tabs were great, but we haven't seen a lot of browser innovation since then, so we got very excited about the opportunity to really rethink what this could be. And in the same way that for the previous way people use the internet, the URL bar of a browser and the search box were a great analog, the way that we hope people will use the internet in the future, and that we're starting to see, is that the chat experience and a web browser can be a great analog. So we got to work designing a browser based around this kind of experience. The browser is already where a ton of work and sort of life happens. And we think that by having ChatGPT be sort of a core way to help you use that you can chat with a page, you can use ChatGPT to find stuff, you can use an agent mode with ChatGPT in a browser, way more stuff that we'll show you you can try out later. We can take this pretty far. So we are excited to jump into a demo. Have some colleagues here. We'll start with Ben for introductions, and then we'll show you what we got.
Great, thanks, Sam. I'm Ben. I lead engineering for Atlas. So Atlas started with a question. What if you could chat with your browser? And from that idea, we reimagined the entire experience, replacing years of clutter and complexity with simple conversation. We wanted to make sure that Atlas didn't feel like your old browser, just with a chat button that was bolted on. But instead, we made ChatGPT the beating heart of Atlas. It's always by your side and ready to help as you move across the web. I find that when I use Atlas myself, I'm more curious. I ask more questions. I think it's made me, just like I said, a more curious, better informed person. We also made sure that Atlas is fast and flexible enough to support some amazing new experiences that we'll show you shortly. It's a new kind of browser for the next era of the web, and we can't wait to show you what it can do. So Adam, do you want to take us through some of the features?
Yes, my name's Adam, product lead for Atlas. And as Sam and Ben mentioned, a little bit about why we built Atlas. I'm going to share a little bit about what Atlas is. So first, Atlas should feel very familiar. So it has all of your tabs, bookmarks, autofill for password, all the things you're used to. And then there's 3 special core features of Atlas that Ryan's going to walk you through in a bit. The first is chat comes with you anywhere as you go on the web. So no longer do you have to copy and paste between tabs when you're working on writing an email or a document. As you have that website up, it'll just be right there for you if you invoke it, and it'll have context of what you're working on, so it can be more helpful. That's chat.
Yeah, new browser, guys.
The second big feature is browser memory. And we talked a lot about this when we were building it, but memory is such a critical feature in ChatGPT that people and users love today. And that's because as you use ChatGPT more, it just gets more personalized and helps you better and understands you much better. Now that's going to happen as you go on your browser across the web in Atlas. And it just should be more personalized and more helpful to you. And then the third, which we're really excited about, and Justin's going to show this later, is Agent, which is in Atlas, ChatGPT now can take actions for you. It can do things. So it'll actually bring up a little cursor, start clicking around when you ask it to. It can help you book reservations or flights, or even just edit a document that you're working on. And we're really excited to share this with you. So Ryan, our lead designer on the project, is going to show you a tour of Atlas.
Thanks, Adam. All right, so I get to do the demo of the core flows in Atlas. What you should see here is your home screen. This is what you'll be presented with when you first download and open the app, or anytime you create a new tab. We tried to create an experience here that will feel totally familiar coming from a traditional browser, but with all the power of ChatGPT baked in. To that end, you'll see there's a composer in the center of the screen where you could ask Chat a question like normal. You can get to all of your tools, your models, and your sidebar with all of your chat history. So, but because it's a browser, you can do more. Type Hacker News, chat's going to take me to the URL. I could say, I could reference a bookmark in human language, and it's going to open my commits for this Galaxy diff. You can use browser memory to search your web history for something that you know you've seen before, but you don't know exactly where it is. So let me say, search web history for a doc about Atlas core design. No, I made this somewhere. Searching your browser memories. And there you go. It looks like it found the doc I'm talking about. It's in my Google Docs. If I tap it, you'll see it'll open there. Let's jump back to the home page for one final feature. So below the composer on Atlas, you'll see suggestions. These suggestions are kind of the first version of personalization in Atlas. It will be generated for you based on what Atlas understands about what you've been up to or might be trying to do next. They can be as simple as a news story it thinks you might be interested in, or as advanced as an agent task that's going to delegate through for you and kind of click through your tabs. The more you use Atlas, the better these suggestions get. And again, it's very much a V0 of personalization, but we're really excited to see where the homepage of the browser goes as we delve deeper onto this. Okay, so that's the home screen. Now I'm going to hop over to that GitHub example and show you my personal favorite feature. So here I have some code I was working on this morning. It's a shader for a little Galaxy generator. And in the top right, there's this Ask ChatGPT button. You'll see this on any website you visit. And when you click it, it creates a companion sidebar. It's basically you inviting ChatGPT into your corner of the internet. You can do all of the things you would expect to be able to do with ChatGPT, but now it can see whatever that specific web page is. It might sound simple, but it's actually been a major unlock for how I use the browser. It's kind of gone from this tool that's very much about displaying information for you to edit into this tool that understands the information it's displaying and in some cases can even edit it for you. So it has a suggestion here to just summarize the contents of this diff. Let's ask for that and see what it says. All right, it's a commit said even more Galaxy. It's updating a few of the visuals and how this particle generator works.
Daily clips, you think so?
What I really want to know is this safe to cherry pick to the RC launching today?
I thought we said no more changes today.
There's always time for one more. Okay, it thinks this is pretty low risk.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I totally agree with that one, but it is just a visual change. And that's side chat. You can use this in a wide variety of cases. Comparing products, bringing it into your own corner of the internet. I use it a lot for pull requests or Slack when I want to summarize a channel I've been reading. It's really useful and we're excited for you all to try it.
I think also Ben mentioned how it makes you more curious. Now that you have this by your side, you just ask a lot more questions, which I really love about it.
Totally. It's a little bit of a paradigm shift where you go from just having this sort of one call, one response to you can kind of keep workshopping until you get what you're looking for, which is very in keeping with chat.
Yeah, I often find I'm browsing, I just keep this thing open and I just like flow questions into it as I go.
Totally. Speaking of keeping it open, let's take a look at search, which has some more of this side chat to show. So I'm going to search for this.
I don't feel like I'll use this at all,
I want
to be honest.
And we've made some major upgrades to search on ChatGPT when accessed via Atlas. So we know that search is kind of one of the core flows in a browser for navigating the internet. And a lot of these searches can be very keyword-based or short. And LLMs traditionally struggle with that where they don't have enough context to provide a great answer. So one of the first things you'll notice is anytime you search within Atlas, you get these tabs across the top.
I just feel like
your experience into
I don't
something more like a traditional
want to use
search
AI
engine.
to navigate the web.
Images,
Google is like
videos,
pretty great.
or news stories, all without losing that core chat experience on the Home tab. So here, scroll down.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'll use this at all.
A few updates on what this is. Let's see if we can find a link. I'll take this Roger Ebert review.
How about DevTools? Does it have DevTools?
4 stars. One really interesting thing here is that whenever you click a link from a search result in Atlas, by default, it's going to slide chat over and open the web in a split view. Now, if you don't want that, you can always command click the link or just click the Ask ChatGPT button and close it, but it has this kind of nice property of you have a companion with you as you search the internet. So
okay.
maybe I want to go to a
I can
different
see
link
where
here.
that
I'll
would
try
potentially be
Debugging
useful.
one.
Haven't you already seen this movie? What's your review?
I've seen it twice, actually. I recommend it. Really, really good, actually. Let's just ask for a quick summary of this review. Can you summarize this review in 5 words or less? Maybe we can get to the meat of it.
This is where I think this new model of search is actually really powerful because it makes it's like a multi-turn experience. Like you can just have this back and forth with your search results rather than just being sent off to a web page. You can
Fix
use
this
it to
error?
really understand.
Totally.
Yeah, that's a great review.
Huh.
PTA's best.
All right, I have to check it out.
That's a high bar. Definitely go. It honestly is great. Okay. For the last demo I'm going to show you in these core flows, I'm going to
Awakened, how's it going?
my Gmail drafts. So we know a really popular flow in ChatGPT is to draft some writing in a note or a doc or an email, copy that writing, bring it to ChatGPT, workshop it a bit there, maybe change the tone or tenor, language, spell check, grammar, whatever it may be. Get to something you're happy with, copy the output of
I
that,
spent about $600 a month.
to wherever you're working, paste it there. With Atlas, we wanted to try to flatten that flow to something that feels like you can just do it inline on any form field or text box on the internet. So here I have an email. I was writing to one of the other designers on the team about this beautiful shader he worked on for Agent. I can just select the text and hit the ChatGPT nub. Maybe I'll just say, tidy my language. Doesn't look like it was my best to begin with back there.
Now I know why your emails are so polished. Like,
Yes, well,
Fix this.
all right, there you go. So you get your update. I could ask for another edit if I wanted. It lets you do all of this in line. Then when I hit update, it's going to take whatever your text selection was, replace it just in that. It allows you to perform really scoped edits in a super useful way. We call it cursor chat. Really excited to see what people do with it. Let's hit send, fire that off to Omar.
Awesome.
There we are.
I won't
Those are
use
the
this at all
core flows
personally.
For ChatGPT Atlas.
That's awesome. Great work, you guys. Thanks very much. So that's a little bit about what makes ChatGPT in your browser just.
How about
so
GPT-6? Can we get that?
Work. One thing that you can see a little bit of there, but really comes through when you use it, is this is just a great browser all around. It's smooth, it's quick, it's very nice to use. But now we want to show you a more advanced feature, which is
GPT-6?
agent mode in ChatGPT.
Agent mode?
So Pranav, Justin, and Will are here to show you that.
Hey everybody, my name is Will Ellsworth and I'm the research lead for the agent in Atlas.
My name's Justin. I'm an engineer on the Atlas team.
And I'm Pranav, one of the product leads on Atlas.
And we get to show you how Atlas is able to browse the web and do things for you in agent mode. I was on
Kieran, this is the new OpenAI browser.
Maybe you want to hand off a task that you're just not interested in doing, or you want it to teach you how to do something in software you've never seen before. This is a preview, but honestly, we've just been blown away by how powerful this agent can be with full access to your browser and your personal internet. That makes safety really important, right?
Absolutely.
And so we've built safety into every part of our stack, from the model all the way to the product experience, which Pranav will tell us a bit more about. But why don't we see it in action?
Let's rock and roll.
Let's do it.
All right, so we have been planning a haunted house.
Really excited for
Yeah,
this.
I'm pumped. And for whatever reason, I got roped into being the project
That's a good point,
manager
Daily
for this.
Clips.
And we have a Google Doc that we've been using to kind of informally plan out our tasks. And so you can see, some people have filled in their current week's tasks. And unfortunately, there are a couple of issues here. So the first problem is, as you can see,
Yeah,
by the
XLI, I kind of
to-dos,
agree.
some people have not filled in their current week's task. And so I would love to leave a comment politely reminding them to do so. And then second is, while Google Docs is this amazing tool, we also have some more formal task management software called Linear. And I would love to take all of the current week tasks that have been filled out and convert them into linear tasks, or in the linear verbiage, issues. So the tough part here is I have very little project management experience, don't really know how to use Linear.
I don't know why we put you in charge of this.
Yeah, beats me. But I therefore would love to just delegate this to agent mode in Atlas and have it take care of this for me. And so what I can do is I can click this agent mode here, and you can just find this with the plus button, selecting agent mode. And I'm going to kick this off. And this agent mode tells ChatGPT that I want it to actually take actions on my behalf inside of Atlas. And so you see it has its own cursor. It's going to be clicking around as if it were me.
Oh,
As
I
it
can have this
has access
do
to
homework
all
for
my
me.
local authentication, all of my history. It should really feel like a natural extension of myself. And now I'm going to hand off over to Justin.
Yeah, the team paid a lot of attention to the product experience here, right? We really wanted to make it feel like it was coming alive, and you could see exactly what the agent was doing, so you could start to build trust that it was, doing what you wanted it to.
But yeah, just to emphasize this point, this is ChatGPT in agent mode using your web browser for you. Locally, it's got all your stuff. It's clicking around for you. You can watch it or you can't. You don't have to, but it's just like really, it's using the internet.
That's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like right in your tab, and that's one of the cool things about the experience of using Agent in Atlas.
So it looks like it is kicking off. So one thing that's really nice is that I don't need to sit and watch it, right? I can let it just do its thing in the background and use my browser for other things. So here we have a recipe. We're planning a potluck, right?
Yeah, really excited about this recipe.
Yeah, and so I'd like to show you how we can use Agent for things in your personal life. So one thing that I always struggle with recipes is figuring out what ingredients I need to buy, right? It's somewhere in the recipe page, it's some serving size, I need to figure it all out. So I like to use Atlas to ask ChatGPT, what ingredients do I need to buy to cook? Do I need to cook this for?
It is not properly rendering in the packages, the credit packages in the credits page in ViewCreator, Creator UI. Fix this.
Ingredients, kind of do some math for me, and tell me exactly what I need.
So useful.
Yeah, in the past I've told it that I like my shopping list organized by grocery aisle to make it a little easier to shop for. And looking at this,
Yeah, Kelly, pretty good progress.
Honestly, I just need the meat.
Just grinding.
So I'm gonna say, can you order the meat and produce for me? And we'll shut off how you can start agent mode by clicking a button, right? Which is really useful if you know to reach for it. But in those moments that you don't, ChatGPT can figure out that the way to accomplish this is to take over your browser, right? You're always in control. You always have the option to approve or reject it. So I'm just going to click continue, taking task off to agent.
Yeah, and I love how collaborative Agent is in Atlas. So you can just hand off your tabs. You can go back and forth. And we've really improved Agent a bunch to make sure that it's a lot better and faster at these collaborative tasks. And as you can notice, like at any moment in time, you could take control. And so one thing that's really great about this is like Agent already knows that Justin likes to shop at Safeway, on Instacart, and so it knows exactly where to go when all he said was, can you order this for me? And so it's found its way over to Instacart, and it's starting to search. You can see how it like types way faster than I do. And
I pride myself in my typing speed, and this is just blowing me out of the water.
Exactly, and it started adding items to the cart already.
Wow.
And so I want to take this moment actually to talk about
yeah,
despite
100% XLI
and awesome